Welcome to another episode of PodAskew. Fuck!
Damn it, Rico. One day you'll get that right. For fuck's sake. Jesus.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. You don't know my fucking life.
You got that right. For Jesus. Anyway, what's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Chillin'. We're gonna do another one of our infamous commentaries.
Yes, this will be, what are we doing? The Yellow Submarine?
Yellow Submarine? No, I thought it was Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, I saw that last night. All right, look. You know what? Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. We put a poll out on Twitter a while ago now. What was it, like 2 months ago?
It was approximately ago.
Where we asked people, we gave people 4 choices about what movie they wanted us to do a commentary on next, and I don't remember all the choices, but the winner, which is the important thing, it was Batman, the Michael Keaton 1989 Batman.
Right. What he's saying is all the losers are not important. That's what CJ's saying.
You're losers.
For all of our...
No.
To be fair, I think I actually chose one, and wait, didn't I choose this one?
I don't know if this is the one. No, you gave me the thing and just told me to pick 3 things, I think.
So technically, I chose them all.
No, well, one of them was Jay. Jay gave us one title, and nobody voted for it. No. Actually, the voting was relatively close, if I recall.
Actually, the voting was kind of like only, 3 people did it, I think?
Not
many people voted.
You're thinking of a different poll we did. This one got some votes to it. I want to say it was like 12 people, which is still not a lot, but...
That's right. The poll that I suggested was, am I sexy, or am I good looking, or am I just ugly? And
nobody really voted. Yeah, well, I voted, but I said you were ugly.
Yeah. On that note... So, for our listeners, if you want to play along, if you want to listen to us fucking riff against, the Dark Knight himself, but not the Dark Knight movie, we are doing Batman 89. But here's the thing. You guys got to start it with the runtime at 5 seconds.
5 seconds? Warner Brothers logo on the screen.
It's 6 seconds.
Oh, 6 seconds. Yes, I'm sorry. 6 seconds with the Warner Brothers Pictures logo on the screen.
So make sure your volume is off. Make sure your subtitles are on. And then enjoy the soothing sounds of my voice and then Carl.
Who's Carl?
Oh, shit, you're right. Hold on. Enjoy the soothing sounds of my voice and then also CJ.
Also, if you enjoyed... the last 2 commentaries we did of Clerks and Aquaman, hopefully you'll enjoy this as well. Because actually, we got some pretty good feedback on Aquaman, if you remember.
I remember people actually listened to it and didn't watch Aquaman. They just listened to the episode.
That also happened. That was Jess, from my memory. Jess did that. But Jay and her friends apparently said that our commentary was more entertaining than the actual script. So,
well, we're going up against a really fucking weird challenge because this movie really is just fucking.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
We'll talk as we go through because I do have some problems with it, but that's me. So,
all right. Without further ado, we're going to keep talking. That's the whole point of this. But we got another 2 hours and 6 minutes. Well, yeah, we'll go through the credits as well. So
we always do.
Guys, get ready.
Yeah. 2 hours, 6 minutes, 13 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1. All right. Warner Brothers logo fading out. And here we go. See what I did there? See what I did? You like that?
I did.
You didn't even get it.
The fucking Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
I got my half and half fucking Twisted Tea. I'm good to go.
Your Twisted Titties?
You wish you had Twisted Titties.
Why would I wish that?
I don't. Oh, we're starting off real well. All right.
Yeah, here. You know what really is the worst thing about doing this is we can't hear the score.
Yeah, it's a great score. I will give you that. It's a great score.
Dude, this was the dark John Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
what is it, Williams
John
that does this
Williams. One? What?
It's John Williams that does this one?
No. It's Danny Elfman. But I'm saying, like, in terms of huge, soaring movie scores,
sure.
like, no one compares to John Williams. But then Danny Elfman did this shit. We're like, oh, fuck. This is the Superman theme with, like, you know, gothic twist to it.
You know, what I do like, we talked about Batman v Superman quite a bit and the bad things about it, but I don't remember if it was that one or it might have been Justice League. I might have my movies wrong, but whatever it was, they went and got Danny Elfman's theme briefly and also the theme from the 1978 Superman and had it in.
That was Justice League.
Was it Justice League? Okay. I couldn't remember which one.
Is it just me, or I had no idea that the credits shake. They're sort of. It's like the cameras. You notice that shit?
I am seeing that. Yeah.
Wow, it's whoever held this camera really fucking. There's the infamous John Peters.
Tim Burton, man.
For those who know that Kevin Smith, John Peters story, this is the fucking producer who's talking about.
Oh, is that who that is? From...
Yeah,
oh, okay.
That's why he said, like, when he went to his house, it was like driving up fucking Wayne Manor.
You know, Schnepp's, it's the anniversary of Schnepp's passing this week.
I heard about that, yeah.
They're celebrating, actually, down at Comic-Con. Comic-Con's going on as we speak. Actually, if I'm correct, Kevin's Hall H thing's starting in, like, 2 hours.
Way to date us, dude.
What?
Way to put a timestamp on this.
Well, who cares?
Okay.
Dude,
what is your take
tonight.
on Gotham? Huh?
You're touchy tonight.
My back hurts. For those who don't know, I was weed whacking a couple days ago, and I did a complete fucking like Looney Tunes banana slip fall with a weed whacker in my hand, and landed like really hard on my back, and is really painful. So, you guys don't know this. Today's a day I normally would work, and I took the day off
to do this just for you.
Just for you guys, just so I could suffer.
You were about to ask me something about Gotham, though. Why don't we get to the important thing?
Oh yeah, my crippled back isn't important. You fuck. My question is, what's your take on this Gotham City? Do you think, because it is kind of weirdly two different times. It could be the 1940s.
That's what I would have. Well, this is the flashback to the typical Batman origin story that we've seen 8 billion times.
But it's not, though. This is not Bruce Wayne. That's not a young Bruce Wayne.
No, but
that's Batman looking down.
Oh, is that? Oh, you're right. It's been a while since I've seen this.
And that is very clearly an animated Batman.
That was terribly digital. Oh my god.
That was American Express. Don't live at home without it.
Yeah, well, that was their catchphrase at the time.
Isn't it still?
I don't know, to be honest.
What the fuck does American Express? Is that
American Express does American Express.
No, I'm talking about the spokesman. Whatever, fuck.
Oh. There's a spokesman for them these days? Are you thinking of Capital One?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Capital One.
Dude, I'm in debt. All the credit cards are the same to me.
Agreed.
I love how they're like, this was a fucking, they're talking about like Batman like he's a vampire. Like that is, they really captured the mythos of Batman where he's just this giant bat winged vampire creature thing.
Well, I mean, this movie feels like a combination of a couple different Batman stories, one of them being Year One, you know, so I think that's what they're kind of going for with this part, you know?
It's probably Year One. It's got some, maybe not so much Dark Knight Returns, but it's got like the gloominess of Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, sure.
In it.
Yeah.
From Miller. And then maybe, what's that other one? Oh, The Killing Joke, obviously.
Yeah. A little bit of Under the Red Hood too, I think.
In the aspect of it explores the Joker's background a little bit, but we don't see him as the Red Hood character.
No, but the falling in the acid pit and whatnot.
You know what the original line here for instead of "I'm Batman," it was supposed to be "I am the Knight."
Oh.
But Michael Keaton ad-libbed "I'm Batman" and just said it very like "I'm Batman."
I think it works. It works. Although Kevin Conroy doing the "I am the Knight," "I am the whatever," I know the line. I can't think of the whole thing.
I'll do it. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman.
Now, see, here's Harvey Dent, but I feel like they didn't utilize that well. Like, I love Billy D. Williams, nothing against him, but, like, they didn't utilize Harvey Dent well in this.
Well, this was always going to, Billy D. Williams knew just they were going to make a sequel. So that's why he signed up for Harvey Dent, because he knew the comics.
Right.
And I guess he had people saying, oh, dude, Harvey Dent becomes like a fucking big villain. And that was always Tim Burton's direction. Like, he always wanted to cast sort of iconic black actors in unconventional roles.
Sure.
Like, he wanted, originally for Beetlejuice, he wanted Sammy Davis Jr. That was a thing that he wanted. And I guess, so his whole thing was he really wanted Billy D, to be Two-Face. And then when they did Batman Forever, they had to buy out Billy D. Williams' like payment. Like, they had to buy out his contract to replace him with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, but by that point, once Schumacher took over, forget it, you know?
Oh, I never noticed he called, he's like, if this clown could touch Chris. Like, he's already making a clown Joker allegory kind of reference here.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta admit, Nicholson looks good in this. Like, there were a lot of other great choices for who could play the Joker, especially in this day and age, but like, number one was Tim Curry. And
yeah, but
I think,
because of it probably wouldn't have worked as well.
Well, he filmed it after this.
Was it after? Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on when they released it, but this was released in 1989. It was released in 1990, so depending on when they filmed what.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the thing, was Tim Curry was also the first choice for the Joker in the animated series before Mark Hamill. And
I mean, that would have worked.
Well, Hamill talked about it where he was like, it was one, Tim Curry just came off too scary, which is really kind of ironic because Mark Hamill's Joker is really frightening.
It's terrifying, yeah.
Especially with the voice. Oh, dude, I love Robert Wool. The guy
I do
who
too.
plays the reporter.
I'm also. Have you ever seen his stand-up? He's a funny motherfucker.
Dude, he is so goddamn funny. He did this like political thing where he talks all about like political, like talks about politics and world history. And we had to watch it in high school. It was the funniest fucking entertainment, like educational moment ever. By the way, do you know who plays Eckhart right there?
No, who is that?
That's fucking oh shit! I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I can't remember. Hookins. The fucking the fat TIE fighter dude.
Porkins.
Fucking. The fucking name is right there. I should have just said it, but yeah, fucking Porkins.
No shit.
I also think it's interesting that there's two separate Eckharts in the Batman movie mythos.
What do you mean?
Well, this guy's Detective Eckhart.
Right.
Then there's Aaron Eckhart who played Two-Face.
Well, that's different.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, God, just that look. And then the grin. And you know the guy who plays the sort of henchman, Bob, in the background, who's like fucking with his car for some reason?
Yeah.
That was an inspiration for Kevin, for Silent Bob.
Yeah, but he does talk from time to time. And it's not just a one-liner.
But his name is Bob. And Kevin Smith has talked about how, like, I mean, I'll bring it up at the end, because unfortunately it's towards the end. But just guys, remember I'm saying this here, that his henchman Bob was an inspiration to Silent Bob.
Remind me to tell you a funny story about Robert Wuhl when we're done.
Okay. Damn, dude, that grin. Like, Nicholson... If Nicholson was an animal, he'd be a fucking shark.
Do you know Porkins was in Indiana Jones, too?
Which one?
I'm pulling it up right now. I just lost it. 1 second. He's also in Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
The quest for another fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah. He's in Raiders. Major Eaton? I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's the FBI agent that gives them the task.
Oh, all right. There you go. That's Porkins.
I gotta give credit.
Go ahead. I was going to say, the only two characters, or actors, I should say, that carry through all four of this Batman world are Commissioner Gordon and Alfred. So
Pat Hingle and Michael Goff. Yeah, you're right. And that little drawing was done by Bob Kane. You could actually, I
saw that. Yeah,
saw his signature at the bottom.
Yeah.
Egotistical
fuck had to sign it even for the movie.
Of course he did. All right, I don't know. I never know how to do this. How the fuck do you pronounce the actress's name? Is it Basinger?
I've always thought the second.
Basinger?
Yeah, but with a little bit of a you emphasize the ing, so Basinger.
Basinger. Okay, yeah. So like singer, but okay, yeah. All right. Oh yeah, we're supposed to talk.
I think we are getting your fan for what it's worth. Just so you know.
Oh. Well, sorry guys. I can. Let me.
Oh, move. I get it, dude. It's 100 fucking plus degrees here today. So.
I'm just gonna. No, that's turning it up. I'm gonna have to turn the fan off.
There's a Popeye balloon in the picture in the background there. Like a gigantic balloon of Popeye.
Oh my God, you're right.
I think you're behind me. Yeah, I think you're behind me.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Jack Palance. It's Curly!
I don't get it. Curly who?
Have you ever seen City Slickers?
Oh God, dude, once. When I was a kid. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, you do. It's a good fucking movie.
To me, he'll always be the villain in Shane.
In what?
Shane.
Never saw it.
There's another Western movie. But honestly, he's always going to be the dude who like got up on the Oscar stage and then did one-arm push-ups.
Yeah.
That's all right. Is that what? That is weird. The fact that the Joker card looks exactly like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, they might have made it that way.
Dude, that's got Bob Kane all over it.
Let's see. What was I going to look up?
There's a guy who knows. You know, the weird thing is that Jack Palance's face, like, didn't always look like that.
Palance, not Palance.
I've heard both.
Yeah, well, you heard wrong.
Jesus. All right, fucking Jack Palance.
There you go. Hey, you're the one that's always correcting me about names.
Yeah, but you could be wrong this time, whereas
No.
I'm never wrong.
Yeah, you're never wrong.
Um,
See, here's the thing. He's playing Grissom, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't it Falcone? Why didn't they just make it Falcone?
I actually have a sneaking suspicion that they were trying to. I think there was a lot of mob movies coming out around the same time, especially because Goodfellas was also in production.
Okay,
and I think they probably wanted to distance from making another Italian-American crime family in a movie.
Right, but Falcone's part of the lore. That's not like creating it for the movie, you know?
Yeah, but they also did that for. I want to say they did that for the animated series. I'm not 100% positive. I might get some shit for this, but I don't know if Rupert Thorne was in the comics or if he was originating the animated series. I don't remember. And he was very much a Falcone character.
Right.
So I think they were just doing another thing. I don't know. Dude, I loved Michael Goff. I thought he was a brilliant Alfred.
Yeah, no, I like him too.
And he was from like old school Hammer horror films and shit.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm. And he was also in. Tim Burton was a massive fan of old school like Christopher Lee, British horror films like the Hammer series, and that's why he cast Michael Goff. I mean, because Michael Goff is such a weird choice. Like he wasn't really ever at a star status of like Michael Caine or Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, I like Michael Caine is actually probably my favorite Alfred, honestly.
I like Jeremy Irons's.
I like his interpretation. Oh, I did too. I didn't say I didn't like it, but my favorite's probably Caine. Rupert Thorne was in the comics. Just to clarify, I did look it up for you. His first appearance was in Detective Comics in May of 1977. So.
Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong once.
Well, no. You said you weren't sure, so I was letting you know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Damn, you are touchy tonight.
No. You obviously didn't hear the sound of laughter in my throat.
Well, resting bitch voice.
Yeah, resting bitch voice. We are talking about almost everything else apart from the movie. What's going on?
Because right now it's not very Batman. You know, it's a lot of...
No, dude, this is really important. Gordo and he were talking about winged vigilantes.
All right, sorry.
Ghosts and goblins and shit.
Ghosts and goblins and shit.
Dude, I am sounding like a complete dick. I apologize. I'm in a lot of pain. So how do you feel about the Joker having a name in this?
Oh, being Napier?
Yeah.
Well, now I have a problem with it. At the time, I didn't care because I didn't know enough about the mythos. So, at the time I saw it, it was like, whatever. But,
right.
You know, I took a bunch of shit, kind of like Kevin did about the 66 series, I took shit about this because I would get into conversations with people and they would be like, they would say things to me like, the Joker's so great because he doesn't have a name, and I'm like, no, yeah, he does, Jack Napier, and they're all like, no, which it turns out to be the case, but
right. You know what's even more alarming is the fact that there's a porn star named Jack Napier, and I did a Google search to try and find more about the Joker when I was younger, and I had a whole new education.
I bet you did.
Yes, I did.
That looks like a Star Trek character.
They all do, yeah.
Well, no, that Wicker one's really like a, morphed out Klingon.
Klingon?
What?
Even a Star Trek character. Even I know that shit.
Right. Klingons are Star Trek characters.
I think you said Star Wars character.
No, I said Star Trek.
You'll listen to the recording. I'm sorry. I'm watching a movie here.
Oh, jeez. You know what else Robert Wall was really good in is Good Morning Vietnam.
He is. He's really good in that. He's a good supporting role.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't top Robin, of course, but... And here's Bruce hitting on Vicky.
Yeah, right in front of the dude who totally wants her.
Oh, yeah. Without question.
Damn, dude. Keaton's got some Jack Nicholson eyebrows as well, dude.
I gotta get another look. Yeah, a little bit.
Look at that. Dude, his eyebrows make the wings of the bat symbol.
A little bit, yeah. I remember a lot of people were like upset because, and the quote I used to hear was Mr. Mom is playing Batman.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, I obviously I heard that after the fact, years later, because this was when I was born, but yeah, this would be the equivalent of our like Ben Affleck moment. We're like, no.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, and we've talked about some of this before. I never was that way. I'm even that way about Patterson, or however you say his name, Pattinson. Because until we see it, who are we to judge? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but come on, like. There are some actors who are like, yeah, they're really good actors, but they should not be this. This should not be this role. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah.
Not to say Michael Keaton applies to this, but if I was a little older and kind of more aware of the situation, and it was like George Clooney's been cast as Batman, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if he was doing it seriously, then I'd be like, all right, I'm into it. And then if I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is a giant goddamn McDonald's, like lunch, a kid's meal commercial. Then I'm not really into it.
Wanted posters.
Yeah.
I wonder how much those are worth. Like, if you got one of those off the set.
Oh, God. That's a good question. I love this look that Nicholson has where he realizes they've been fucked over. Spoiler, I know you guys are, I'm like ahead by like 2 seconds, but still. Watch this look. He just glares his eyes.
Yeah.
Nicholson doesn't get enough credit for his facial, emotion.
I don't know about that.
No, they always kind of give him too much. Like, they always say, "Oh, it's just the eyebrows and the shark grin." He. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Well, I mean, if you're going with people specifically focused on that, I might have to agree with you, but
as you were saying earlier about Pat Hingle's Commissioner Gordon.
yeah.
Yes, it was in the first 4 Burton Schumacher movies, but he really didn't do a whole lot in these movies. I mean, it was good to connect them and have a continuity, but he wasn't even like close to the Commissioner Gordon that was even in the animated series. Like the animated series, like Commissioner Gordon's like in almost every fucking episode.
Yeah, no, he's not your traditional Gordon, and for a series that changes actors like people change underwear, to have an actor be continuous in the same role through all 4 movies is I don't know about impressive, but good,
Mm-hmm.
Because you got 3 Batmans, you got multiple villains, like the only other character that was consistent through the whole thing was Robin, but he was only in the last 2.
True.
And even that, it was wrong because Robin's not supposed to be a 20-year-old self-sustaining male, Like,
yeah, that was always weird. Like, he's a ward, but he's a grown-ass man.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he was supposed to be a grown-ass man. I think he was supposed to be like 17. 16, 17, but
that was always a little kind of iffy. Like,
oh yeah, no doubt.
It was always kind of a weird question. It's like, I get the Batman mythos of Batman feels sorry for this kid who lost his parents from a criminal because he could relate.
Sure.
But it only makes sense if he's like 12 years old when he's raising this kid, not being like, because Val Kilmer also looked very young at that point. He looked like he was 28 himself, maybe 30 at the most.
Right.
Certainly wasn't like older, like 35. He was 30 at the most. So like for him to be like, I'm a 30-year-old and I want a 20-year-old to hang out with me. It's like, why though, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you that fucking lonely? Like,
yeah, but even then, when Clooney took over the role, he didn't look that much older than him either. Like, more than Kilmer, but still not, like, substantially.
Clooney still at least had a little bit of gray in his hair.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it still didn't look, you know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's the most erotic thing said in this movie. Let him go. I'll do Gordon.
I don't know if it's the most erotic, but it's up there.
Well, so far we're gonna keep an eye on it. What's the most erotic line in Batman? Nice outfit. There's one.
Yeah. What do you think about Keaton in the suit? Like, obviously he's not there for the fighting portions, but when he's like standing there, like he just was or whatever, what do you think he fills the suit right? Because you've always talked about that jawline, and I don't know that he's got it.
I think we've been spoiled with Batfleck and even Christian Bale, where it's like, it does kind of look like a giant, like, rubber suit. It looks intimidating as fuck. It looks like if I saw this suit in a dark alley, I would not go near it. Like, to be fair, if I saw like a dude in Adam West Batman outfit, I'd be like, this dude's clearly insane. I'm not going near him either.
Right.
Oh man. I'm sorry. I just gotta say, the fact that like the smile is from a bullet ricochet and it went through his face.
No, I don't think it's a bullet ricochet. I think it's sprayed acid on his face.
No,
that's acid spray.
From what? What acid?
There was a tank there. He shot the tank.
I don't think it was acid. I think maybe it was glass. Maybe glass.
No, it was acid. There's acid spray.
I always thought it was a bullet, dude. All right, let me see if I can look that up while we're doing this.
Deck of cards. Now, the first time I saw that, I thought those were eyes. Like Beetlejuice style, like eyes on the end of the fingers. But the first time I saw that.
I think when I was a kid, I thought the same thing, actually. I don't know how to ask this question online to get a very specific answer. How the Joker got his smile on Batman 89?
Don't ask me. There's that Popeye thing again. Say it.
Yeah, I saw it before.
But I'm wondering if that's like foreshadowing to the end of the movie.
Oh, because of yeah, you might be right.
Because that baby looks Popeye-esque in the face. Like, it's still a baby, obviously, but...
I read that this was Michael Keaton's idea, to have this long-ass dinner table where they just couldn't hear each other, and then, like, we're passing each other the salt and pepper and sort of long-ass time.
It's a good bit. I've seen it too many times, because they do it in Coming to America as well, if you remember. That's true. And I've seen it in a couple other movies.
Well, I think it also fits because it goes with his isolation.
And his awkwardness. Yeah, I agree. I do think it fits well here, but I'm just saying it's not a totally original bit, is all I'm saying, you know? Because I'm pretty sure that Coming to America was before this in release.
Okay, so according to this villainsfandom.com on like a villains wiki.
Yeah.
This is what they say. Napier then turned the gun on Batman and caught a ricocheted bullet through his cheeks.
Oh, that's stupid. That's even dumber than
Napier stepped off the catwalk. Yeah, so I mean, if he'd said acid, I would have been like, all right, it makes sense. But if
the acid at least makes sense. The bullet, that's just dumb.
I don't know. I think it is what it is.
Well, yeah.
I'm just glad to know that I'm like, oh, I always thought it was. Oh, and it is. I don't try to be shitty. I'm just like, I'm glad at least I got my peace of mind.
Well, that's all that really matters on PodAskew is Rico has his peace of mind.
You're such a dick. I'm just going to say, I don't really get the chemistry between the two of these people.
What do you mean?
This just seems very forced. Like, I get why he is into her, not because she's just beautiful, but also because he doesn't have anybody. He's got Alfred.
Right.
Like, he's a lonely dude. I think if anybody who showed an interest in what makes Bruce Wayne's, mind tick, he would be like, oh, I'm interested. Because this is a very different Batman than your other Batman. This is kind of a weirder version of Bruce Wayne.
Well, kind of. I mean, he's always had some kind of capacity with either Selena Kyle or Vicky Vale. I mean, there's always been that for the character, whether it's in the comics, the animated, these, there's always been something. The most fucked up, twisted version of it for me, honestly, as much as I love the series, is the Christian Bale one because, and we've talked about it before, is the way he ends up with Selena Kyle by the end of Dark Knight Rises, Yeah,
that's not We'll comment about that some other time.
Oh, we have talked about it before, so we don't really need to talk about it again. But I mean, like, other than that it's not off too far for the character to have and I was gonna say infatuation, but more like an enamoration with a female.
Right, but for like Batman Returns, him and Catwoman makes perfect sense. Like that is more of a believable love story than him and... See, that's what I'm saying. You understand the nerves were completely severed, so it would be severed nerves through a bullet instead of. I'm not trying to.
Look,
like,
acid can burn through stuff if it's powerful enough. So don't.
That's true. That's really true.
I do like the part I do like here is like where he kind of goes insane. I mean, he was already kind of insane, but he like just like it pushes him over the edge when he sees himself for the first time in the mirror, you know?
I did think this was kind of romantic and cute.
Yeah.
And drunk. Like I could see me doing this with Stephanie World just drunk like this. My shoes are so many fucking stairs. What are you doing? I'm like, all right, let's just make out here.
Why does his bathroom have safe doors? That's what I want to know.
So you could feel safe?
I guess.
I know, it's the line sugar pops or sugar bumps. I never could figure out what he's saying. Sugar bumps. It's me. Sugar bumps.
I just spelled my beverage on me.
Because of sugar bumps?
No, because I just did.
You spilled your beverage on your sugar bumps?
Yes. I am actually wearing my Batman pants, so there you go.
I normally why am I not wearing my Batman tank top? I don't know. I'm just because fuck you, CJ. That's why.
Your life won't be worth spit.
We're dead once already. It's very liberating.
See, this version of the Joker, meaning like this interaction between him and Grissom, I like. It's the stuff like he does with the balloons and the
buzzer.
The buzzer I don't care so much about. That's not a big deal. But the balloons and the paintings in the art scene, like that part, I don't know. Those two parts.
I'm with you. That whole art museum sequence, I think is stupid. But you're right. Him dancing around shooting at the guy repeatedly is pretty Joker.
And also the dialogue leading up to it, is also very Joker.
It's reminiscent of a Killing Joke. It's all about like, all it takes is one bad day. Like that kind of thing. That's
kind of what I'm saying. Like it fits better than like the art scene. Like the art scene, honestly, you want my honest opinion? Because we've talked about before in movies how they like force things in to have like a toy or a McDonald's product or something like that. You know what I mean? And for me, the art museum scene was just a way to get the Prince songs into the movie.
Which, if I'm being honest, I personally didn't think went well with this movie.
I agree. And if you've ever seen that Bat Dance video, it's fucking weird.
I have. And I'm just going to kind of say this. I don't really particularly like Prince.
Yeah, neither do I. There's a couple songs.
Dead.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
We got to talk. Like, this makeup they did is pretty fucking amazing.
For 89, sure.
Well, even now. I mean, it's terrifying, dude.
Well, yeah.
I think this looks more like a better Joker than Jared Leto's.
Oh, well, you're not holding it up to a high standard, my friend. I mean,
I also think this is a better Joker look than fucking Joaquin Phoenix's.
Agreed again, but again, it's not a high standard, but it doesn't, to me, beat Ledger.
I think I prefer this because it goes with the trope that his skin is bleached white and his hair is dyed green from the toxic waste. He's not a dude who slaps on some fucking makeup, which is like, it's fine. It works for the Dark Knight Heath Ledger one, but it's not really the Joker. You know what I mean? Like, it is the Joker, but I still have my own preference.
I'll give you that. And I will agree with you there. But I like the way the scars work into this smile more than what they did with Jack Nicholson here. You know?
It's a darker interpretation. It's a Glasgow smile. It is all that. It's, you know, but I also do appreciate the stretched out grin that's always there for Nicholson, because it, you know, it looks like the comic. I mean,
I agree. The only problem I have with it is there's times where he puts on, like, I don't know if you want to call it foundation or whatever, but to make his skin look normal, you know?
Right. Which actually was a really difficult fucking, like, they had to figure out how to do that.
Right. So
and I know it's somewhere online, like, right here.
It's a couple times, because it's in the art museum scene, too. But yeah, it is here. You're right.
Oh my God, is that Albert Einstein to the left? You see that shit?
Yeah.
I mean, that's still fucking terrifying.
Now, how do you think they did that for him? Is that like a prosthetic they put over his face?
The makeup?
Yeah.
There's a thing on IMDb I read about. I know the answer, but I can't articulate what it is. They had a different compound, and when he wipes it off,
no. I'm not talking about the skin color. I'm talking about
the stretched out smile.
Yeah.
That's a plastic thing. Like, they had him like smile as wide as he could, and they did a plaster thing over it, and then just sort of use that as the foundation. Yeah.
Because he can't close his lips, basically. I mean,
right.
So that had to be uncomfortable for him. Really. Yeah.
But I think it was because they did that type of technique old school in, like, silent movies with The Man Who Laughed and a lot of Lon Chaney shit. They would have, like, hooks stretched out inside their mouth, and they'd have, like, mouth guards, which would actually, like, stretch out their smiles. And that's how they would achieve that kind of rictus-looking grin.
Right.
But obviously, Nicholson is not going to allow that shit to happen.
Sure.
I like that little flub where the handkerchief almost, like, it doesn't go in and then it kind of falls out and he just tucks it back in. You can tell that wasn't intended, but I love how he imitates
Palance.
Jack Palance, excuse me. You are my number one guy.
Yeah, that was good. I did like that. So let me ask you something. Do you think, and I've got no problem with Bob, for what that's worth. Like, I think the character is what it is, and it plays as a good sidekick to the Joker and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the character existed in we'll say 88, because that's probably when they shot this, do you think Harley would have been in the movie? Do you think Burton would have put Harley in the movie? Because she wasn't a thing until the animated series, so...
Well, I actually have two answers to give you.
Yeah.
After the animated series came out, they were still making the Schumacher movies.
Right.
And they were actually going to make a fifth one called Batman Triumphant. And Tim Burton, I think, had actually discussed coming back.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the plan was they were going to feature Harley Quinn, and she was going to be the Joker's daughter.
And
and Nicholson was going to come back in a hallucinogen, like, flashback type of cameo.
I was going to say, because, yeah. I don't want to spoil for people, but...
From what I understand, the rumor well, I'm sorry, but, you know...
Yeah, but we're doing a commentary... Well, we're doing a commentary on the movie. I didn't want to spoil it during the commentary.
I mean, sorry, guys, but... First off, this should not be your first time seeing this.
It might be. It might be.
Why would there be their first time watching this, listen to us?
Because there's young people that listen to us. I don't know.
If there's young people, they fucking should definitely not be listening to us.
They have bad parents. I don't...
Go to your homework and eat your fucking vegetables.
Well, technically, you're younger than this movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like 7-year-olds are listening to us.
No, but I'm talking like, and Henry, I'm sure you're listening, so I'm not talking about you, but people of Henry's age could potentially not be familiar with this movie.
That's fair, but then they would just probably skip this episode.
Now, Henry, I know is listening because he's been asking me when we were going to do this one. So.
Oh yeah, Henry, if you've gotten this far, then
thank you. Because it's been.
keep on going.
Keep going, man. You got it.
What was I saying? So I think the rumor was for Harley Quinn was gonna be Madonna, actually.
I could have seen that, actually. That wouldn't have been terrible.
And I think the other villains they were going to use was maybe Scarecrow, which is probably why they put Scarecrow in Batman Begins, because it was sort of in the writer's room at Warner Brothers for a while. They're like, well, fuck, we've been talking about Scarecrow forever. Let's just use him. And I think it was going to be Brad Dourif, who voices Chucky.
Was Clooney going to reprise, or was it somebody else?
I heard it was probably going to be Clooney, but I also heard if Tim Burton was going to come back, it may have been also Michael Keaton.
Oh, Keaton would have come back?
That was really the main thing is, Tim Burton's gone? Well, why the fuck am I going to do it?
Well, sure. I get that.
Now, to answer your question, if they put Harley Quinn in this, like the first two ones,
yeah,
maybe Catwoman and put in Harley. I mean, I could actually kind of maybe see Michelle Pfeiffer do it because her Catwoman is kind of a Harley Quinn, just not as theatrical. There's really kind of just a sultry version of it.
This just popped into my head, but you know who could have done it based on the time that I think actually would have been pretty good at it? Annie Potts.
Who?
Annie Potts.
Who's Annie Potts?
Secretary from Ghostbusters.
Oh.
She's got some real comedic chops and can be a little dark and twisted. I've seen that in roles she's played.
What do you think of my take? Marissa Tomei.
I think she would have been too young at the time, wasn't she?
Would she?
I don't know.
She was still acting. She was acting at the same time. I mean, if she's playing Joker's daughter, then it would work pretty good too.
Well, if they were doing a daughter thing, yeah, maybe. That's true.
I've always gotten the impression that Harley's always considerably younger than Joker anyways, so.
Yeah, but I would say she was still in her late 20s. That's how I would have.
That was such a fucked up way of, fucking someone up.
So, this came out in 89. So, in 89, Marissa Tomei would have been 25. So, Let's just say Schumacher's last one was, 97?
Yeah.
So, that's 8 years later. She would have been in her early 30s. Yeah, I guess that would have worked.
Yeah, I'd be into it. She's got the Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, I don't... That's another thing, and we've talked about it before, but I've always, and this is not just because of Christopher Nolan, but I've always kind of thought, well, I can't say that, never mind. I was going to say always, but always isn't right. I was going to say I always kind of thought Gotham was Chicago. But no, it was New York for a long time. So
It was. I've always heard Metropolis was New York during the day and Gotham was New York at night. We actually, I meant to talk about this as it was happening.
sorry.
But there's a part where during that whole shootout, when Joker is doing the mime act and everything and then gets in his car,
Yeah.
there is very clearly a shot where Bruce Wayne, as he's walking and sort of in a stunned daze, gets shot in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And no one ever talks about it.
No, I think it gets referenced right here.
Does it?
Yeah, look. Not reference, but see there. See?
Okay.
And
Well,
it's not
then,
really his shoulder. I
motherfucker,
think it's more like a through the jacket. Like, I don't think he actually ever gets hit. But
Okay,
yes, I know what you're talking about.
I guess I kind of glossed over that because I always wondered, I'm like, how is he so stunned that he's not aware that he just got shot? And now it makes sense because the bullet didn't hit him.
It didn't actually hit him. It went through the jacket. And obviously Alfred kind of noticed it.
He's still kind of stunned. I mean, Bruce Wayne is kind of like, why am I in shock? Is it because I just saw a clown throw a goddamn feather pen in a dude's throat? Or is it because my subconscious is trying to tell me that maybe something about this guy is connected to me?
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think I will say that from a comics accurate perspective, that the Burton Batcave is the most accurate Batcave put on screen, I think.
I would agree. I would 100%. I mean, to be fair, the Schumacher ones do the same type of. You mean the Burton Schumacher Batcave? Because it's essentially the same thing.
No, because I feel like once Schumacher took over, it got too techie. Like, Batman's always kind of been like a mixture of cave, like actual cave, with technology in it. And I think Burton achieved that balance better than Schumacher did.
Well, in this one for sure. It really didn't do that in the 60s. The 60s, dude,
no,
do you see his paperweight? It's a diamond Rubik's Cube.
No, I missed that.
His paperweight is a Rubik's Cube not on this table, it's a different table when Bob walked by it.
Yeah.
And it was like shaped like a giant goddamn diamond or Fabergé egg or something, but it had like the multicolors on it.
I'll have to look at it again.
The fuck were we just talking about?
The Batcave accuracy.
Yeah. I agree. I think the gothicness of it, just also the fact there's bats swarming around, I think.
Yeah, I think
fits it.
Nolan came close with the first one in Batman Begins, but the most accurate would be the Burton ones. And then Schumacher took it closer to the 66 Batman and made it a little more like a lair, like a underground fortress than a cave. You know what I mean?
The Batman v Superman 1. I like the Batman v Superman 1 more than the Dark Knight / Dark Knight Rises one. I do not consider that the Batcave where he's just got this.
Yeah, well, the Dark Knight Rises puts it back in the cave. He does. Well, he's back in the cave. But I know what you're saying about Dark Knight, but to be fair, the Batman v Superman one isn't really a cave either. I mean,
it seems more cave-like.
No, it's underneath the lake, and it's got walls and ceilings and lighting and whatnot. Like, and I don't mean like lights hanging like strands. I mean like, recessed lighting. Like, no. You
know what I never noticed after this sequence until rewatching as an adult was after this sequence, every time it shows the news anchors, they look more and more disheveled and pasty and frizzled hair.
Now,
because They're not using the makeup products.
Do you know who Jan Hooks is?
I know the name, but I wouldn't be able to tell you who it is. Okay.
She was a cast member on Saturday Night Live.
That is how I know her, yeah.
Well, the two supermodels with the Joker grins always look like Jan Hooks to me. Like, it's not her, but it looked like her. Rest in peace, by the way, Jan.
This woman kind of looks like the stepmom in Beetlejuice. It's not her, but it's kind of interesting because they're frequent collaborators for Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is her name?
I don't remember her name either. Yeah, all right. So you can see her again if you get a good look at those two cutouts. That's the same girls that I said look like her.
Yeah, love that Joker. That one.
Yeah.
His makeup looks more like makeup here. It looks like it's actually like the wrinkles are drawn in here than anything.
Yeah.
Ugh. I gotta say, man, that is more effectively scary than just being a homicidal maniac shooting people with a Tommy gun. To leave the rictus grin is it's almost a worse way to go.
Yeah.
Which is why they use it so often for the animated series. And also there was always a cure. They really didn't kill anybody. Oh, that's also fucking creepy. I don't like that. I've never liked that weird style of animation where it's just very lazy fucking animation.
Yeah. They utilize that in Pulp Fiction too, if you remember.
I do, and it's also a fucking jarring ass part because it's right before it's during the walking.
It's actually right before walking, if that's what you're.
It's young Bruce Willis is watching it.
Yep.
It's fucking creepy as shit.
Thanks for the donuts, motherfucker.
Shout out to Matty Granger, who probably won't listen.
No, I'm gonna send him this one because this is one I think he might enjoy.
Really? All right. Hi, Matty.
I don't know if I'll listen to it, but yeah, you were asking me earlier.
See, now look at them. Look how the anchors are. They don't have any makeup. Their hair is all fucked up because they're not using their normal shampoo and conditioner.
Or acne medicine, it looks like. Jesus.
Yeah. This dude had a bender. Oh, she had a bender. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. What fucking...
What the fuck?
Oh my god, she looks like she spent the night with the actual Jack Daniels.
Yeah, right.
What were you gonna ask me?
Harvey looks fine, so...
That's because...
That's what I'm saying. They're the only two motherfuckers not using products still. You know?
I don't know how to explain that, man. Maybe he just... It's all that Colt 45. It just keeps him looking young.
Right. That's funny. I thought we get the origin at some point. Is that later, or did I miss it?
Of who?
The Bruce, Batman.
Yeah, you get a flashback.
That's what I thought.
It's actually a very controversial flashback.
Well, because Napier wasn't the one that killed him?
Not in the comics, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
It was Joe Chill. I mean, at least Batman this always fucking creeped me out, dude. Not his little fucking makeup here. Whatever the fuck he's doing to this poor woman.
He hit her with acid.
Yeah. Fuck that noise, dude. It's
the Joker. He's psychotic.
I know, but I don't think it goes with like that. That's fine. I'm saying for the character of the Joker, I'm fine with him throwing acid in a woman's face because that's the Joker. I don't like his rationale for it being like, I'm an artist. No, you're not. You're a fucking psychopath.
Well, yeah, but in his perspective, he doesn't see it that way. So I'm kind of alright with that, but
that goes along with this whole like museum scene that we were just bitching about like 20 minutes ago.
Which we're about to see, actually.
It's not a fucking good scene.
No. That's not even a flattering dress for her. Like, honestly, no.
Yeah. That shit to meet Bruce Wayne, come on.
At least paint your fucking nails. Like, she's got man hands right there. I'm sorry.
Does that mean she can manhandle someone?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fun fact. This little note is actually written by Tim Burton.
Okay. That
is Tim Burton's handwriting.
Is that his real handwriting, or was he trying to
No. He was trying to look creepy and weird like he always does.
Right.
That's probably his actual natural handwriting.
He's married to Helen Bonham Carter, right? Or Helena Bonham Carter or whatever?
They never married. They have 2 kids, but they never married, and now they're no longer together. But they still live next to each other, which is fucking weird. But they have a house that has a hallway that's connected to 2.
It's Freddie Mercury and, oh, fuck. I don't remember her name right now. Mary.
Yeah, something like that.
And now it's time for the Prince music video.
Which, fuck, I'm glad this is, like, on mute. What is with these guys? Why are they dressed up as priests? I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck is this?
No, those aren't. No. Those are bolo ties.
They look awfully fucking priestly.
Well, because it's a white piece, but yeah, it's a bolo tie.
I'm just gonna say it's the Catholics fucking with art again. Terrence?
I do like this part, actually. That's the only one I kind of liked.
I'm more impressed that the paint, he didn't run out of paint by that point.
Well.
That was a lot. That's pretty cool. All right. Some of this is, oh god, dude. It's so weird to watch guys dance when you know there's music playing and you can't hear the music.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you, I like this part. You're just like, fuck it.
No, I'm not going to go as far as to say I like it, but
it goes with the character. That hat is, even for the Joker standards, is
the pants.
The pants I could dig, and I could even dig his fucking weird, whatever the fuck tie that is. It's the hat, dude. It looks, strangely enough, he looks like a weird Picasso painting come to life.
Which might be what they were going for.
No, I think Tim Burton just does acid and then just draws what he does or what he sees. Because all this, like, Tim Burton would like watercolor sketch. He's got like a little pocketbook thing that he sketches all the time when he gets inspiration.
Yeah.
And he actually drew this segment in watercolor where like the water's in his face and the makeup is kind of, what the fuck? Forgot about that.
See, that part's very Joker, honestly. Like, I have
Joker, I agree.
Crap.
Goddamn, watching him in this suit just makes me really wish that Joaquin Phoenix was in more of a purple suit.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't think I'm gonna watch that, like, ever.
Oh, you are.
No, I really don't think I'm gonna watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so, guys, listeners, if you ever want us to talk about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, then you're gonna have to, like, tweet at CJ and bitch and moan at him that he needs to watch it. That's the only way he'll do it.
I don't even know if that'll do it. Like, that's how much I'm against that movie.
Oh, all right. I'm going to watch it because I'm very curious about it. But
I'm not curious at all. Not at all.
Well, you're an unimaginative fuck. You know that?
Wow.
I love fucking with you, dude.
I know.
This whole dialogue this never interested me when I was a kid or when I was watching as an adult. This is just
No,
God.
I'm pretty sure I told this story before, but in 1989, let's say 1990, because I don't remember how long it took for things to get to VHS once they were out of theaters. I was really sick one day and stayed home from school or came home early, I forget. And my mom was like, all right, you're going to relax, you're going to rest, and we're going to put on a movie, and you're just going to sit and relax. And I was going to show this to you when I got home from school anyway, but I got you a surprise. And she hands me this movie on VHS.
From a rental store, or she bought it?
No, she bought it. And she said, so we're going to I know you like Batman, we're going to put this on and we're going to watch it. Great. We got 10 minutes into it and she was like, what the? Because she was expecting, Adam West or the cartoons, and she got this. So every time I watch this movie, I taste Chinese food. I'm not even joking.
What? Okay. Sorry, for our listeners, I got someone knocking on my door. He was letting me know he's going to weed whack. So I may have to close the door in a second, which means I may have to turn the fan back on. So sorry for our listeners. Might hear a little distortion.
No, I do like this Batmobile.
I do too.
Yeah, that's just badass. Did you see what they're giving away at Comic-Con this week?
No.
They're giving away a die-cast Batman the Animated Batmobile complete with figure.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And I've seen a picture, like it's like a good foot long. Like we're talking like a decent size Batman the Animated Series. It's based, if I didn't say that, it's based on Batman the Animated Series.
You know what I also appreciate about this?
What's
is that all the goons' cars, all Joker's henchmen's cars, all have the purple-green motif, and they also have Christmas lights in the background.
Yeah.
I think that's cool that they did that.
Did you like, because I don't know if you noticed it because it's a very quick shot, but when he slams on the brakes, they do a camera shot of and it's actual foot pedals, like a regular old car. It's got a brake and a gas.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think it makes it more realistic.
It does, but I've always considered the Batmobile to work like kind of like I will give Nolan this, like as off as the Tumbler is as a Batmobile, and I like the Tumbler, but I agree that it's not a traditional Batmobile. The one thing they got right was the way you increased your throttle, and it was that handle in the middle, you know?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think I like the impression that anybody can drive the Batmobile as long as you know how to work pedals. Yeah, I think if you're not used to hand gears, I think would throw someone like me off.
I guess.
I don't know. I guess I appreciate it. I like the fact that the actual the car that they made was street legal. Like someone was actually driving around that fucking thing. It actually like damaged buildings a couple times when like the drivers were inexperienced at hitting corners. Like, I think Robin, Chris O'Donnell, actually like with the part where he drives the Batmobile in Batman Forever, like he immediately crashed it. And like hit a camera, I think.
The thing I don't like about that Batmobile is you can tell the fin on the back is like rubber.
True. Yeah, that long fucking ridiculous one.
Yeah.
It flops back and forth more than George Clooney's actual head. George Clooney's bobblehead bobbles less than his actual head.
Anyway. You know who they needed to get to play this guy? And I know his name, but I'm blanking, but he's always the, I hate to put it this way, but he's always the Asian henchman in all those like 80s movies. I think his name, like he's in Lethal Weapon, his name is Endo, I think, but I don't remember what his real name is.
He's also in Die Hard.
He's in Die Hard. You name it, he's been in it. Like, he's in a ton of fucking movies, but...
Yeah, he's always the token Asian henchman, you're right.
Evil karate henchman, that's really what he plays. And I'm sure he's fine with that, because it's probably put his kids through college, but, But
here's the thing, I don't think he was doing, like, martial arts. I think he was just another dude who had a gun or was torturing somebody. He was never, like... doing the stereotypical kung fu shit.
I've seen some movies where he does that, and I actually did some reading up on him recently because his birthday just passed not that long ago, and he actually holds like 3 or 4 black belts. Like the guy, yeah, he may not do it very often on screen, but he definitely does practice. So, see, this even feels good. Like this, I'm okay with. So, like this, getting into the Bat Cave is okay. But I also didn't have a problem with the way Nolan did it either, like jumping through that waterfall. You know what I mean? Like, because the tumbler was a jumping vehicle, if you recall. Like, they say that, so like that, those things I'm okay with.
They did, it was did he drive through a waterfall in Batman v Superman as well?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I'm going to have to double check that.
I would have to check it too, yeah.
This is just driving up to fucking John Peters' house.
Wouldn't it be funny if
Has no one ever tried tracking the Batmobile? Well, I guess because Batman's not going out that often. And this is probably actually presumably the first time he's driven the Batmobile out in public. What they say? Oh, he's a winged bat creature who also drives a car.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
But I mean, after this, you would think someone's just gonna fucking follow the Batmobile, right? Like,
yeah, right. It's funny because I actually was thinking about this movie last night. I was watching. I got a scene from this movie confused with a scene from Crocodile Dundee 2.
Well, I said on Twitter it's been a very long time since I've seen either of them, and I think I bled them together.
Well, that's easy to do with those two. It is.
Fuck, dude. Why would he make it so goddamn difficult to park like that? Like, couldn't he have maybe built some more area for that? Like, it just seems ridiculous.
Look at this cave. This is cave, and it's got some platforms for what he needs. But as a whole, it's a cave. And like I said, the first version of Nolan's cave was similar to this, and I liked it. But
I wish there was a giant T-Rex and a giant Penny in the background, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm okay that it's not, but I get the point you're making. But if they are in fact doing a year one type of story, he wouldn't have those yet, you know?
True. Well, even as the series progressed, you never really got that. I would have liked to have seen certain objects that Batman had collected over the years. The giant penny, the T-Rex, even like some costumes of other Batman or Robin characters or even just other costumes for himself. Like, you really just kind of...
Well, you do see different costumes. They're just not hanging, though. Like, I mean, yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see... You know what I want to see? I want to see the Spider-Man cave in Spider-Verse, but with Batman. That's what I want to fucking see. I kind of want to see the Lego Batman Batcave, but with, like, Michael Keaton walking around.
I didn't even get that far. That movie just angered me.
I think you need to rewatch it.
I don't.
I think you should give it a shot. By the way, now you're probably going to hear weed whacking in the background. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's all right. This is the part I confused with the other movie.
Oh, that he gave her a bat fucking roofie?
Well, no, but right here, when she's looking for... Oh, he took the film, because she's a photographer in Crocodile Dundee as well.
Kim Basinger?
No, but the main female character.
Oh, I see. That's how little I fucking remember. I literally was like, oh, Kim Basinger is in fucking that?
No, she's not. Batman cracks Joker's poison code. Oh my god, look at him.
Oh my god, dude. Ooh. Holy shit.
Right?
His hair still looks kind of good, but his face...
He looks like he's been wearing the same suit the whole fucking time.
Yeah, dude, you can wear different fucking clothes.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, this guy goes through way too many fucking TVs.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, okay, so I do have serious problems with this Joker, but there's certain things that they've gotten right like that. Like, he would shoot the fucking TV or hit it with a giant fucking, fake fist if he saw something that pissed him off. Like, that's very Joker to me. You know what I mean?
Who the fuck makes his shit? You know what I mean?
It's a good question.
He's not, like...
He's not a
tinkerer.
No, like, Batman can kind of do it, but even he has Lucius. You don't see him in this, but he, in the Mythos, he still has Lucius Fox.
Well, he still makes his own shit, or at least he
yeah.
But who the fuck is making the goddamn electric buzzer? Because that is not Nicholson. I do not see Nicholson sitting down and being like, all right, here we go. I'm going to tinker here and add this. And no, that's just not going to happen.
We're about to get the line from our Cinema Wars medley or montage.
I like medley. Medley works.
No, it's more of a montage than a medley.
You're a montage.
Yes, I am.
Oh my god, just fuck already.
Right? Well, they kind of did.
Alright, just fuck again already. Come on, let me see. Let's turn this into Buttman. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So really quick, and maybe not really quick, but who's been the best Bruce Wayne? Not Batman, just the Bruce Wayne half of the character.
Live action?
Yeah.
I would say if they had done a little bit more, George Clooney would make the top spot, but I really kind of do have to go with, I mean, honestly, I was not a fan of Bale's. I thought, George Clooney would have been probably the best Bruce Wayne, certainly not the best Batman. And I think I liked what Ben Affleck gave us. We got more Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne than I would probably say than, well, we got a good chunk, but yeah, I'm sort of torn between Clooney and Affleck.
See, it's funny for me. I'm actually, and this is going to sound sacrilege, but I'm torn between Affleck and Kilmer.
I think I need to rewatch Batman Forever and focus more on his Bruce Wayne. I remember, actually, I take that back. His Bruce Wayne was pretty good. He was actually kind of a hands-on dude. He was walking around the Wayne, area, Wayne, not the Wayne Foundation, because he was in a separate thing, wherever Nigma worked at.
No, he worked at a division of Wayne Enterprises, so...
Yeah,
it was
okay. So, by the way, if we ever I'm just going to say it now. In Batman Forever, in that scene where Nigma is, pleading to Bruce Wayne about his project, his mind control project.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's bodyguard is played by Jon Favreau.
Is it?
I swear, I've looked it up. It's 100, and he never talks about it. He never talks about the fact that he played Iron Man's bodyguard, and then in 1995 played Batman's bodyguard, and it's very much a pause and it's very quick.
Right.
But it's 1995 Favreau.
Who just keeps a bowl of popcorn on their mantle, by the way? Really?
And what the fuck are you going to do with it, lady?
That's what I'm saying.
Give him a snack? You gonna make him, get, kernels stuck in his teeth and irritate him? Yeah, okay. That dude's all mouth. I don't think he gives a fuck. That oversized mustache is not a look for that. It's not a good look for that dude.
Yeah, well, it's a handlebar mustache.
I know that dude. Hey, it's okay. Ooh, intriguing.
I'll tell you about this guy I know, Jack. It's not very Bruce Wayne, but it's very Michael Keaton. And it's
so not Bruce Wayne.
But it's so Michael Keaton, and it's well done for Michael Keaton. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually, if I can phrase it best, it is Michael Keaton doing Jack Nicholson.
Maybe that's what he was going for.
This is a very Jack Nicholson thing.
Maybe that's what he was going for. What do you think? Do you think that maybe it's on purpose because he knows his Napier? Do you think?
I don't know. He's trying to mindfuck him by saying, I'm going to imitate your previous self.
A little bit.
It's just so weird. Even looks like Nicholson as he's doing this. I'm telling you, man, it's the eyebrows. They both have the same goddamn eyebrows. The only thing that's missing is Christian Slater needs to fucking have a cameo.
He could have actually played the Joker, now that I think about it.
He could have played the younger Joker.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I mean, the guy who they cast straight up looks like a young Jack Nicholson.
He does. Do you know who that is?
His name was Hugo something. It's Hugo...
Not Hugo Weaving,
Blix?
Is
it? Although he does look like Hugo Weaving now that I think about it, but let me look it up.
I got it.
Yeah, I want to say it's Hugo something. But he does not look like... He did not grow up to look like Jack Nicholson, let's put it that way.
Not many people do, to be fair.
Well, Christian Slater did.
Did he?
Oh, Christian Slater looks. The eyes are different, but it's like he could very well play. I love this. Where he's like, "Ow," just like pretends to be a plane and flies off. Yeah, Christian Slater.
I'm a big Christian Slater fan. Like I am.
Yeah, but he looks like he could be Nicholson's son. He sounds like him too. Just a little like, whereas Nicholson's down here. Christian Slater's kind of like up here and kind of more nasally and.
I think that's the best imitation I've heard you do yet.
Of who?
Anybody.
Which one?
The Slater one.
Oh, Christian Slater is like up here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that might be the best voice I've heard you do yet in the year or so that we've been doing this.
I can't tell if you're actually being like honest or being a dick.
Yes.
Okay. You're honestly being a dick.
And here's the traditional Batman backstory.
These poor fucking people.
Right?
Did they ever do a flashback or like a sequence of Thomas and Martha getting killed in the Adam West version? I have no idea if they ever did that. I don't think they would have.
I don't think so. If they did it at all, it was in the movie version.
It's been a long time since I've seen.
Yeah, same here. I can't find that guy you're talking about. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I can't find that guy.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Now, if this was today, that wouldn't be a binder. That'd be a tablet. He'd be holding like an iPad. Like, no, I'm serious, right? Like, it wouldn't be like that binder. It would be like a tablet type of thing.
You're right. I would agree with that. Hugo E. Blick. I was actually pretty fucking close. I said like Hugo Brick or something.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that, but I believe you.
So his name is Hugo E. Blick. I like the Hugo part, but Blick. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Dude, my phone just is stalking me. And it's like, you mean Hugo Blick. Oh, wow. He does not look like, I mean, kind of. He kind of looks like a combination of Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. It's actually kind of weird.
What do you think of this right here where the mayor's actually looking to the left? Like, he's not looking at any. There's nobody there.
I always envision that because news cameras have little screens as well, that maybe they're looking at them.
But the screens would have been in front of them, not to the left.
Maybe they have giant ass TVs on like outside, like Times Square or something. I agree. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's such a weird direction. Like, all right, everyone look to the left. There's nothing there, but look to the left anyways.
Right.
This suddenly became a fucking Ramones movie.
I know what they were going for because of that 4-way camera thing. Like, I get our TV thing from the control truck, but
did fucking Joker just prove that he's a Jedi just now? Did you see that?
What do you mean?
He did the fucking, like, the on-screen Star Wars wipe when it goes to a different scene, but he used his hands.
Yeah, he did that to get on there in the first place.
No, you see what I'm saying? He pushed.
Yes. Yes, and he pushed his way into the first set of screens, and then he pushed his way onto the other set of screens.
Right, how did he do that? He can't just physically...
No, this is Burton's
dramatic effect.
Right, it's Tim Burton's tongue-in-cheek, whatever. Like, that part, that whole sequence with the TVs, I think it's his closest thing, and maybe an homage to some degree of the 66 Adam West Batman, because that's the kind of shit they would have done in that movie, in that series.
I think I'm convinced that Jack Nicholson is a Jedi, and it goes with Mark Hamill being a Jedi, so Joker is a Jedi.
I think you need to stop sucking some Joker dick.
Mark Hamill, I really want you on the podcast. Why won't you get back to me?
You sound like a dejected teenager with a crush.
I mean, I'm just not a teenager, but you're pretty damn close.
Here's the flashback or the origin story.
Well, it's both.
Now let's see if it shows the movie, because they were, what they're supposed to have seen, did it say? Because I missed it.
Said it. I couldn't see. I forget what it was, but it was like.
It's supposed to be the Mask of Zorro.
Yeah. It may have said that. It may have said it briefly, but.
Which is the one thing they definitely got wrong about Batman Begins.
It was the opera.
For Deflator Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting to see him at an opera for fucking bats and shit.
Well, yeah, but it was a way to...
I don't know Deflator Mouse at all, so...
You're right, it's an opera about bats.
Dude, the best fucking...
Do you think that's Bob? Like a young Bob?
Oh, I never thought about that. I guess I was envisioned that it was Joe Chill, but it could be Bob.
No, that guy.
No, I know what you mean.
I see what you're saying. You thought Joe Chill was part of his crew. I got you.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Fell in the pale moonlight. Damn, dude. Damn!
See, his smile there is more Joker to me than what they did to Nicholson, honestly.
Fuck, dude, that is some great fucking casting right there.
Right? But I mean, like, they should have just cast him to be the Joker, honestly.
Although, if I'm being honest, Nicholson's, like, wrinkles on top, kind of, I don't know, dude. Nicholson's just got a face that looks like leather, and it works for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm not saying bad things about Jack Nicholson because I like him, but I'm
more weirded out by the fact that Bruce Wayne's wearing jeans.
Who cares? He's chilling at home.
I don't know.
See, that's the thing I don't know. I've never understood. And my dad was like this, so I'm not even picking on famous people. Like, my dad wore, like, slacks and a button-up dress shirt every day. I don't think I've ever seen my father wear a t-shirt. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that man wear a t-shirt before he died. I want to think that if you're a famous person or a wealthy person, like a Mark Zuckerberg or a Bill Gates or Elon Musk or whatever, you're sitting around your house on, bum days just in shorts and a t-shirt or jeans and a t-shirt. Like, why do you have to be, wearing some fancy shit all the time?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's the first time I've seen him in jeans.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, hell, if we ever got famous off this thing and just had, fuck you money, I'd be probably wearing the same clothes maybe newer versions, but the same styles of clothes I wear now.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious I have no sense of, like, style, so I probably would just be wearing the same shit anyways.
That's not true, dude. I've seen you get yourself dressed up, and when you get dressed up, man, you know how to do it. I give you props for that.
I appreciate that. No, if I'm being honest, if I had money, I would just walk around dressed in the Batman costume. That's what I would do. That would be me and my leisureness, just roaming around, fucking cowl.
Don't be Jaden Smith. Don't be Jaden Smith.
Oh, fuck you. You just ruined it.
Yep, that was the idea.
Fuck that. That dude is fucking Guano Man. Okay, he 100% killed all these people.
Well, with these bombs? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you want to talk about, oh my God, Ben Affleck killed so many fucking... No, you know what? Like, this motherfucker just killed a whole bunch of people.
True.
And it's more blatant in Batman Returns. He fucking, like throws a dude... He, like, puts a bomb on a dude and, like, throws him down a hill, and dude blows up.
Does he? I don't remember.
You know, this sequence was actually... Like, when it was announced that Michael Keaton was cast as Batman, they shot this and rushed this out. It had no music. It was not even a trailer. It was just basically this scene.
Like a teaser scene?
Yeah, and a couple scenes of Keaton in the costume to shut all the fucking haters up. Be like, look, he's gonna look like Batman. It's gonna be awesome. Shut the fuck up. I think even Tim Burton had that voiceover. He's like, hey, shut the fuck up, guys. It's all going to be good. It was like a 45-second teaser. Oh, and look, is that more Prince? Great. God, dude, we come off like really hitting Prince in this.
What? Look, because it was forced. You know what I mean? Look. So just so that we're not strictly picking on Prince, I had a problem that, like, AC/DC was all over Iron Man 2. And I like AC/DC, but, like, the fact that all he listened to was AC/DC was like, come on. You know?
Yeah. You would think he'd listen a little bit more like Sabbath, you know?
Sabbath, but he also, like, in Iron Man 1, he's listening to, like, I think it's Filter. When Pepper comes in and he goes, don't turn down my music, that's like Filter or something like that. I'd have to look up the song, but it's not AC/DC and it's not Sabbath. It's more of like emo rock, you know?
Iron Man is very eclectic taste, by the way.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
What music do you think Batman listens to?
Honestly, like classical.
I agree.
Yeah.
He is straight up just like, I'm going to listen to Brahms.
Right. You know, something like that.
He's like, I'm going to listen to something light, like Beethoven.
Yeah. Handel's Messiah.
He's going to listen. His music to, like, calm down is da, 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 da. Because it's still more relaxed than where the fuck is going on in his psychotic brain.
Right. So,
his alarm clock
if this really happened, what would you do? Not the part that's coming. I'm talking about what we're seeing right here with the money.
I would probably be like, ooh, free money. And then I would look at it. And what it's never really does a close up on, I don't think, but it's in the trivia, is that apparently the money has the Joker's face on it. And that would have been like, what the fuck? And then I would be like, this is not okay. And then got the fuck out of there.
Which is a throwback to the museum scene.
Right. My face on the $1 bill or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Just interesting trivia for you, because there's been a couple stories in the news lately of like armored cars getting into accidents and the money like flying out of the car. If you collect that money and they can identify you, you can go to jail.
Well, now, how is that any different than, I found money on the street, no one was around?
There is a difference. I don't know what the legal difference is, but there is a difference, but still. Now, this is different still because he's throwing his, presumably his own money out on the street. So,
right.
But
just to be the equivalent of someone throwing Monopoly money in the street.
Well, yeah.
But you don't know it's Monopoly money, and then you try and turn it in.
Yeah.
Joker almost looks sad in this scene. He almost looks like he's just like I'm going to kill you, but like y'all don't need to die, but I'm going to kill you anyway. And then he starts grinning like a maniac, and now you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that mask he's wearing would not protect him. It wouldn't.
I always got the impression that he shouldn't have a mask because he should be immune to it.
Well,
that's why Joker walks around without a mask on while in the animated series and everything.
True.
He should have just not had it. He should have just been. He just walked around through billows of green gas.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, don't get us wrong, guys. This movie still fucking holds up pretty well. Like,
yeah.
It's definitely a different Batman. It's definitely a different version. I mean, that's the beauty of the Batman character is, for the most part, great job. Batman kind of, he gets campier, he gets lighter, and then he gets darker and moodier, but he still is kind of different degrees of what we know and give a fuck about.
And
that kind of goes with the movie too.
And I've heard Kevin describe this as, like when this movie came out in 89, everyone was like, oh my God, look how dark it is and how real it is, or not real, but true to the book that it is, and this, that, and the third. And now you look back on it after getting, the Nolan ones, and, while the movies weren't great, but you get Affleck's version of the character, and this is almost Adam West's level of campiness. It still holds up, but it's, in comparison, I'm saying it's not, like, if you put this against West, it's not campy at all, but if you put this against, like, Nolan or Affleck, it is a little campy.
I would say, I would agree with Clooney, prominently Clooney, maybe Val Kilmer, but I would say
more Clooney than Kilmer, yeah.
I would say out of the original three, excluding Adam West, Michael Keaton was closest to the darkness because Michael Keaton just looks like he's got some psychological problems.
Right. Well, what he's not talking about the Batman specifically. He's talking about the overall vibe of the movie.
Well, I agree with that too. I'm saying the vibe. I mean, the Schumacher ones, even the music were more theatrical and kind of weird. They weren't as dark and somber as Danny Elfman. I think it was Akiva. I don't know who the fuck it was. Someone Goldsmith, Akiva Goldsmith, I think.
Well, I mean, this is, if you're a movie person like you definitely are, and you've turned me into,
you're welcome.
You can look at this and tell it's a Burton movie. You know what I mean? Right. Like it's very Tim Burton, and I don't say that in any negative form or anything like that. But it's a very Tim Burton movie.
All right, so remember, I agree. I don't want to cut you off, but this is what I'm talking about earlier in the film. When I said Kevin based Bob in part on Bob the Henchman on Silent Bob.
Okay.
This little sequence where he says Bob gun and he just kind of with a smirk on his face, like hands over his gun with a big smile right here. Maybe not a smile, but just kind of like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Was very much a Silent Bob characteristic that Kevin wanted to employ, which was like, lunchbox, give me the thing. And he like reaches in his jacket and hands him a giant dildo or whatever with like kind of like gusto.
Right. I agree.
That's so fucking awesome.
It's a little forced.
Fuck you. That was amazing. Sorry.
The plane would have stalled, to be honest with you.
It's not a plane. He made it himself. He's got some fucking technology, especially if this is in the 1940s. He can make anything he fucking wants.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it has a 40s vibe, but the technology doesn't line up with the 40s.
This is just a part of America where, like, technology is only for the super rich.
I guess.
Okay, he very clearly tries to kill the Joker right here. Like, Batman just said, fuck it. And the Joker has got some devil on his shoulder that saved his ass.
You know what this reminds me a bit of? What? Now that I'm watching it, and I'm wondering if it's on purpose. The scene with, in The Dark Knight, where the Joker climbs out of the flipped over Mack truck. Yeah, right? I mean, it's different, but it's
a different variation of chicken. I see what you're saying.
And I'm wondering if Nolan did that on purpose, or if it just happened to be.
I think the Joker is. Oh, this has always cracked me up. He shoots all these fucking missiles and misses, and he just boom, one shot.
Yeah. By the way, the length of the barrel of the gun doesn't change the caliber. That still would have been like a 9mm bullet that should not have taken that thing down. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm saying I do see the comparison. I think both Tim Burton and Christopher Nolan, especially the writers, when you're going through the Joker, you're gonna follow the Joker unless you're fucking Zack Snyder. Then or really wasn't Snyder's fault. It was oh, son of a bitch. I'm off my game today. Whoever fucking did Suicide Squad. They are going to look at the Joker and be like, the Joker's not going to, like, move. He's going to want the Batman to hit him.
Right.
He's going to say, come and hit me, motherfucker.
Right.
Try me. To prove that he can make Batman kill someone, even if it's at the cost of his own life.
Right.
Like, that's why Heath Ledger gets thrown off the building, and then when Batman catches him with the Batarang gauntlet thing,
you couldn't just let me go, could
yeah.
you?
And Heath Ledger and Joker sounds super disappointed. He's like, you just couldn't let me go.
That's what I'm saying, man. That is such a good performance.
It is. I'm with you. I think Jack Nicholson did a great one as well, but pound for pound, Mark Hamill is my definitive Joker. And I think, especially in this day and age, if you listen to Mark Hamill's Joker in the Arkham games, it is basically a combination of Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson.
Yes. I like him better in the Arkham games than I do in the animated series, to be fair.
Either way, I still view it the same Joker because it's also the same Batman.
Yes and no, because in the animated series, to me, at worst, it's a PG Batman, a PG Joker, right? In the games, it's a PG-13 bordering on R-rated Joker.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Is the Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, Batman Joker from The Killing Joke, is that the same Joker / Batman from the animated series?
I'd have to watch The Killing Joke again before I can answer that question. I've seen it and I own it, but I haven't watched it in a while, so before I could... It's
not the same animation style.
No, I know that, but I'm saying... You're asking about performance, and I don't want to answer that without having watched it a second time, or whatever it is. But it's been a minute since I've seen it. So, I get the point you're making, and I think that you have to agree with me. There's a reason, using the scale that I did, that it's different in the animated series versus the games. There's a reason for that.
Because they can go deeper into the creepiness.
Well, yeah, and also they're thinking about their audience. Look, the animated series, whether people want to admit or not, I was going to say you, but that's not fair. Want to admit or not, is aimed more at kids. Now, there are a lot of adults and teens and young adults that loved it and still love it, but it was really aimed. Their demographic was probably 10 to 14 years of age. You know?
As someone who is always educating customers at work about the animated series, kids nowadays don't know about it. And I mean, no. I include teenagers. I include, up to 17.
I'm talking about for the time it was out.
I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I'm saying but Batman the Animated Series and even Mask of the Phantasm still rent. but it's always like middle-aged dudes.
Sure.
It's always that.
Yeah.
But then that's the cool thing is I can have young, like 14-year-old kids come into the video store and start talking about Mark Hamill. Oh my God, I love Luke Skywalker. And I'm like, have you heard that he was the Joker as well? Oh yeah, he was the Joker on like one thing, right? I'm like, no. Hold still, motherfucker. I got something for you. And like just give them the animated series, like one disc. And then they come back like a week later, like, where's more?
Listen, we're glossing over the climax of this movie.
That's true. I like that it's in like a cathedral. I think
this whole sequence from the beginning of it felt a little unnecessary to me. But
they need one last fight. They need one last scene where Batman looks badass.
Yeah, I get it.
And if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it in a fucking church.
Sure. And this is really okay, maybe this is where that Hondo guy Endo guy needed to be. Maybe not in that earlier sequence, but in this sequence.
That was a really awful, like, thing to have. Like, blades on his shoes.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, he stabs the dude, and then he's like, all right, I gotta, like, somehow pull myself out, like, pull my legs and feet out of this dude's throat. I love how Batman is fighting so, like, minimal. Like, they're doing all this crazy kung fu shit, and he just, like, punches them or does nothing.
Yep. And the reason I heard that was because it was hard to, in this particular version of the suit, it was hard to move.
Dude, it was hard for all of them up until Bale. Like,
well, that's what I mean, yeah.
They couldn't move their heads. They had to, like, move their... That's why Keaton moves his whole body when he goes, like, when he makes a turn, he does it very wide.
Well, that's also why they make the joke they make in The Dark Knight when he gives him the redesigned suit, and he goes, oh, you want to be able to turn your head.
True.
Yeah, and he goes, well, to make backing out of the driveway easier. Yeah.
Which is particularly funny because that Batman in particular just drives through the fucking wall with the tumbler.
Right.
You know what I'm glad? One more thing I'm glad we have it on mute for.
We have it on mute? Oh, you mean the movie? Yeah.
I'm glad we can't hear Kim Basinger scream through this whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
She screams a lot in this movie. Dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's supposed to be jump scares, but it doesn't play well.
Damn, dude, this guy actually kind of like fucked up Batman for a second.
Yeah, he does.
He's doing a good job. Damn, Bat, come on, get your shit together. Now, obviously, we can't hear it, but I do actually like the weird music that is played throughout this. It's almost Carnival, you know.
It said a waltz in the subtitles.
Is it what?
A waltz.
It's a waltz carnival type of music.
Yeah.
It's
She said it again. There it is.
Uh-huh. I thought this line was pretty funny.
Anyone else? I'll rip their lungs out.
You know, I have a weird memory of this movie. The ending, like 4 minutes from this.
Yeah.
I remember flipping the channel. I think my mom was like flipping the channels. And I must have been 4 or 5. And it was playing on TV. And I remember being kind of enthralled in a very like, is this a horror film kind of way? Because this particular Batman was not on my radar.
Right.
And it came off really scary.
This last part does.
movie.
I will tell you that laughing box still haunts me a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil it, but the laughing box.
Yeah.
Like, and the close up on his face, that was all I needed. And my mom was like, "Oh my God, no, we're not watching this." Because I think even my mom was like, "I think this is some horror fucking movie. We're not watching this." My question is for this scene right here. Why is this a thing?
Why
does he have the chattering teeth?
Because it's a Joker thing.
Yeah, but like, did that come out of his mouth, or was he like holding it, doing like a Houdini kind of thing?
I think he's doing a Houdini kind of thing.
Okay, and he spits out fake blood.
Yeah. No, the blood I think is real. I think the teeth are fake.
Because it gives off the impression that those were actually his real fucking teeth.
Well, that was the idea, but you can see his teeth right there.
And right here is the rare situation where the Joker now kind of realizes who Batman is.
What do you mean?
We said, "I made you. You made me first." And he's like, "Oh, come on, man. When I was a kid when I killed your parents." So he knows now who Batman is. He knows that Bruce Wayne is.
I don't think I ever picked up on that.
Yeah. It doesn't really do much for the story. It's not like he's like, "Oh, I'm going to get you and I'm now going to tell everyone that Bruce Wayne is Batman." But like it's really kind of something that just kind of glosses over.
But see, it's kind of interesting you say that because so do we consider the Burton Schumacher to be one whole series, or do we consider that to be two series?
Well, I think Michael Goff as Alfred makes it a whole thing. They're always sold as a complete series.
They are. Okay.
So I would argue they are.
Okay. And that's fine. I'm not trying to argue for or against. I'm asking because that means that there's two different times within that series where the enemy knows who Batman is, at minimum. And I'm almost thinking a third one, honestly.
Catwoman.
There is three, and potentially a fourth then.
All right, so you got Joker, Catwoman, and Riddler.
Yep. I would argue maybe Freeze. Maybe. And I say maybe. Like, I'm not dead set on that one.
I don't remember him.
At the end, when he asks him for the cure to save Alfred.
Yeah, but he doesn't say Alfred.
No, but I mean, he might have been psychotic.
Freeze
what's that?
I don't think Freeze isn't even aware of Alfred.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, so three. I
thought this was such a fucked up way to go, dude.
Yeah, right. But we agree on three, at least, right?
Yeah,
Riddler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Riddler, Joker, and Catwoman.
And, I mean, briefly, Max Schreck, the Christopher Walken villain character.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he dies, but so does Joker.
I don't consider him part of Batman's rogues, so I'm not going to count that.
Well,
but I get the point you're making.
Certainly a villain. Oh, God, dude. And Kim Basinger scream in now.
Again.
Oh, my God. That was a great sprawling. That looks. For now, it looks kind of cheesy. Like, oh, they're clearly not falling, but it does kind of look like they were falling.
Yeah.
Those look like dolls.
That's all right. When the Batched fell earlier, you could tell it was a model.
Here's your favorite part.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, he dead.
See, that's the other problem I have is like, why would you kill the Joker?
Because I think they were like, oh, Batman's got a fuck ton of villains, so let's.
Yeah, but the Joker's like his A1, other side of the coin.
A guy.
No, but it's, like Heath Ledger says, and unfortunately he in real life passed away, but where he's like, I feel like you and I are destined to do this forever.
Right. I don't know. Maybe Nicholson felt like he was once was enough. I mean, even though I've heard him say like the Joker was one of his all-time favorite roles to do. I mean, has Nicholson ever done a sequel?
I don't think so.
Maybe he's got that weird Jim Carrey rule of not doing sequels.
Jim Carrey did a sequel.
Yeah, but he really is against doing sequels to his own movies. He despises doing sequels. For a long time, I mean, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls was the exception. That was because...
That's the only one, isn't it? Oh, no, there's the Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
And technically, Batman Forever is a sequel, but it wasn't a sequel to one of his own movies.
Right. He wasn't in a previous version, so yeah.
All right, we're all right, guys. We're
so we just saw the incarnation of the bat signal. That's why I really feel like this is, and it didn't occur to me until tonight, watching it with you tonight, but this really is a year one story.
I would argue it's possibly a year two, because there's a comic of year two as well.
Well, okay, yeah, for me, when I say year one, it's the beginning of Batman. It's not, he's been doing this for years upon years, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I think if it was year one, he would be sloppy. He would be, not having such a refined costume or a Batmobile. Right. I think I think that's where Batman Begins.
It's definitely year one. Yeah.
And this would be a year two. Is how I'm really phrasing it.
Year 2, year 3. I gotcha. I get where you're going. Yeah.
Although, and when you really break it down, the Christian Bale Batman, really, even though it's in the span of 8 years,
it's more. I always feel like it's more like 10, but that's me.
Well, but it's really it's the span of 8 years. He's only Batman 3 times.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Anyways, yeah, dude, that still is great. I would have liked to have heard it, but William Hootkins, that's where I fucked up. His name is William Hootkins.
And he's Porkins.
But his character in Star Wars is Porkins. I was still right. Half right.
Actually, according to IMDb, the character's name is Red 6, and then in parentheses, Porkins.
I don't even know if his name was Porkins. I think the fans just dubbed the poor son of a bitch Porkins.
No, I think they actually say that name. I think they do say, unless they put it back in during when he went back in. But,
I literally freaked out. I'm like, location manager Chris Rock. No, it's Chris Brock. I was like, holy shit.
Hold on, I want to see if Matty Granger worked on this.
Matty Granger did not work on this.
Duh.
Unless he played young Bruce Wayne.
That would be awesome. Actually, I could see Matty Granger playing the Joker. I could totally see that. And I mean that as complimentary as I can say it, but I think Matty Granger could play the Joker.
He's got the grin. He's got a big, wide grin.
Dude, Charlie the Clown is a version of the Joker. Maybe not as psychotic, but as angry and whatnot, yeah.
Charlie the Clown is him dressed as a clown without acting like a clown, whereas the Joker acts super clown-like.
Yeah, but he's closer to Heath Ledger's Joker when he's Charlie the Clown. Maybe, again, not as psychotic, but he's angry.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys get to hear us suck our Canadian friend's dick on air.
April, we love you.
Damn, dude, that script supervisor Hillary's got an unfortunate last name, dude.
I didn't see it.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
I mean, it was fag, but with 2 G's.
Ah.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, how do you introduce yourself in that one, man?
Right.
All right.
So,
Pat Hingle, William D. Williams, William D. Williams.
Yeah, William D. Williams. So we've gotten through it. It's playing now, or the credits are playing. Where do we put this now? I mean, we've kind of talked about it off and on throughout the movie, but where do we really put it now?
Well, how are we, like, with all of the Batman incarnations? What are you asking me?
Well, that
back in my collection. That's where I put it.
I mean, yes, I guess with the Batman incarnation, but how do we rate it? Is it, using your Fedora system? Where are we at?
I think I'm going to retire the Fedora system.
No,
I don't know.
No, you don't. No. That's not a choice you get to make. That's a PodAskew thing. Your Fedoras are your rating system.
All right, well, then I'm increasing it to 10 Fedoras.
No.
Because...
Dude, they do 5 stars. That's how they rate movies. All we did was swap stars for Fedoras.
Right. All right. It's 4 Fedoras.
4 Fedoras. Okay.
I still think I like Batman Returns more.
I don't.
Because I think, I mean, I've rewatched Batman Returns within the past couple years, and it doesn't hold up as well as I remember it, but I still... Whoa. I just heard my own echo and a lag there for a second. It's still... I still like it. I still...
For those who are listening, by the way, the movie is officially over, so...
Yeah, if you're still struggling listening to us, you guys can fuck off. Like, honestly, we love you.
Hey, no, I'm taking that out. Fuck you.
No, I don't know. No, I'm not saying like you guys fuck you. I'm saying if you guys want to fuck off, like, we're fine. We're still gonna be talking, but like, we love you, but if you want to fuck off, you can. Like, it's fine with us.
Yeah, For me, it's like 3. It's probably like 3. Okay. I would put...
All right, well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Where do you put The Dark Knight? Is Dark Knight a solid 5?
Well, yeah, I was about to rank them out 1 to whatever. And Dark Knight for me is...
All right, I'll give you the title.
Problem, because, like, as much as I love The Dark Knight, I almost like Batman Begins a little bit better.
Well, let me give it to you this way. I'm going to give you a Batman title. I want you to give me your 1 to 3, or your 1 to 5 score. Okay.
Okay.
Batman Forever.
3.
Batman Begins.
5.
Okay. Dark Knight Rises.
3.
Okay. Batman Returns.
3.5.
Ooh, that's higher than I expected from you. I expect you to go 2, personally.
I thought about it, but it's not that bad.
All right, Batman and Robin.
Oh, that's a 2.
That's a 2? Even a 2?
Yeah, because there's portions of it that I like. Most of it's crap, but there are portions of it that I like.
What, the fucking end credits?
No.
Okay, all right, The Dark Knight.
4.5.
Okay, and then that... Well, okay, Batman v Superman, if we're really doing this. I'm not talking about the Batman. I'm talking about the movie itself.
2.5 then. Because really, here's the thing. I can say this very quickly and then move on. Batman vs. Superman, up until the sequence with Doomsday, you had me. If they had stopped it at the end of the fight between the two of them, rolled credits, maybe at worst so they could introduce Wonder Woman, which is part of the purpose of that last sequence, have her come in and, stop the fight, then fine. But, yeah.
All right. Justice League.
What did I give Batman vs. Superman?
2.5.
3.
Really?
I like it a little bit better. I do.
Oh, man. I think they're all awful. Let me put it this way. I think Zack Snyder theoretically could make a fucking amazing Batman movie with Batfleck and everything.
I agree.
I think he tried to make a Batman movie and he had to cram everything else into it.
And my guess is that came from the studio. That was studio notes saying you have to do, you have to get this, you have to get this, you have to get this.
Yeah, we need a sequel to Man of Steel and we need you to fucking interconnect like Marvel's doing. Even though they're like, no, we totally didn't need to do that. Okay, shut the fuck up. All right, then finally,
I think that's all of them.
No, because I want to ask you the other ones to give you a fresher take in comparison to this one. So, what would you rank this one? Is it still a 3?
3.5.
All right, that's better than before.
What did I give Batman Returns? Do you remember?
I think you said
2.5.
I think you said 2.5.
And then I said what?
No, you said 3.5. Didn't you?
No, I think I said 2.5.
All right. Or there may have been just a 3.
And what did I say for Forever? Forever was a 3. I thought
Forever was 3. Yeah, you gave that one a high one.
Yeah.
Which I disagree.
I would put this on par with Forever. So I would say 3.
Okay. So your least favorites of the quote unquote originals were Returns and Robin. Batman Robin.
Oh, sure. And if I was just ranking those two, I would put Batman Returns above Batman and Robin every time. Without question.
Well, yeah. I appreciate that one.
Yeah. As much as there were sequences, and I say sequences, I can't even say the movie. There are sequences in Batman and Robin that I don't dislike, and there are things about that movie I don't dislike. I will still tell you I like Batman Returns better.
I think we need to rewatch Batman and Robin because it is fucking difficult to get through.
It is. It is. I said there are things that I like. I feel like Bane is more visually appropriate to the Bane that we know as opposed to what we got in Dark Knight Rises. Visually.
Visually, yes. Verbally,
no.
Ooh.
The thing I did hear as a complaint for Dark Knight Rises is that the voice was too Germanic.
Germanic?
Yeah.
That's weird because it's not German in any way. It's actually like an amalgam of like Caribbean and like old school English. And he based it also on this like old school like tough boxer dude, like a 1930s boxer.
And I forget who said it. But they said it was too Germanic sounding. It should have been more South American.
It really should have been South American, but I've said it before. Tom Hardy chooses weird voices and chooses weird inspirations. But if you told Tom Hardy, all right, we're going to have you do this character and we want you to do a South American voice, it's going to come out sounding Germanic, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
For one who really wants to listen to this and the one who's still listening, Henry sent me his Batman like screenplay that he's writing or that he wrote and he still needs to like work on.
Is that something we should be announcing?
I'm not. Look, this is not really that big of a deal. I'm not going into any details at all because I don't want to spoil that for Henry. And Henry, I gotta say, man, you got a fucked up mind.
Poor Henry.
Like I love you, dude. You are a writer, but I think you need some therapy.
That's fucked up, man.
Well, CJ, you need therapy too.
I get therapy. But anyway.
Okay. I'm saying anybody who listens to us also needs therapy.
That's, yeah,
you know who really clearly needs therapy?
Us.
Batman.
Yeah. Yes, he does. Which he almost gets in Batman Forever. Just saying.
Yeah, but then he fucks his shrink, which you're really not supposed to do.
Hey. If the shoe fits.
That's not a shoe. Stop fucking shoes, CJ.